It's time for a death battle!
Rewritten. Twilight Sparkle, the magical prodigy from My Little Pony.
Yep, really doing this again. And Spyro the Dragon, the powerful purple hero of the Dragon Realm.
Twilight learned all sorts of powerful and useful magic. She knows so many spells it would take well over an hour to describe them all. Her memory is so crystal clear, she can recall a complex spell after a mere glance.
But here's some highlights. She can move stuff with her mind, shoot concussive energy blasts, raise magic shields, and rapid-fire teleport.
She can manipulate gravity, ignite things on fire, freeze others in place, walk on clouds, and even mastered the transfiguration spell. As a filly, she turned her own parents into plants.
Talk about weird.
She's even transformed a single apple into a nest of bird eggs, which, hatched somehow.
She just create life?
Yeah. But Twilight's magic doesn't just stem from her vast knowledge of spells and history. In the world of My Little Pony, magic is drawn from and controlled by a unicorn's emotion. The stronger a unicorn feels about something or someone, the stronger their magic becomes. Across Equestria, Twilight Sparkle is one of the few ponies to master the most powerful magic of all. The magic of friendship. Truth, friendship is the only weapon powerful enough to defeat Equestria's most dangerous enemies. Twilight's friendship magic is at its most powerful when focused through the elements of harmony. When used together, these ancient artifacts are a near unstoppable force, even capable of overpowering the villain Tyrek after he stole Twilight's powers, along with the rest of Equestria's. Twilight's crown with her personal element contains a powerful magic in its own right, enough to literally change the fabric of reality in another dimension with its mere presence.
And of course, we gotta talk about those wings of hers. She was born a unicorn, but after completing an ancient spell about, she transformed into an alicorn. A mix between a unicorn and a pegasus.
It's a good thing too. Alicorn magic is leagues more powerful than a plain unicorn's, and Twilight needed the extra boost to defend Equestria as its newest princess.
Like when she fought that Tyrek guy.
After Tyrek absorbed the magic from Equestria's entire population, Twilight was forced to confront him herself while wielding the power of 4 alicorns.
Anyway, check out how Tyrek rocketed Twilight straight into this mountain, and she was totally fine thanks to her magic shield.
By comparing Twilight's apparent size just before impact to her actual size of approximately 4 feet tall, we can estimate the distance she was thrown to be about 145 feet. Tyrek then closed this distance at 64.5 miles per hour. Combined with his estimated weight of over 31,000 pounds, Twilight's shield had to stand up to over 8 million newtons of force. Twilight is tough enough to survive bombardment by anvils and pianos, fast enough to fly over 300 miles per hour without using any spells, and even strong enough to lift and carry a rock weighing 4.5 tons.
Her telekinesis is strong enough to lift a 340-ton bear and even uproot this giant flower tree thing. And with the other alicorn's magic, she can move the sun and the moon. Okay, yeah, friendship power's way better than expected.
However, if Twilight has one glaring weakness, it's her unwavering neurosis.
She's obsessed over staying organized, and if one small thing goes wrong, she totally loses it?
Yes, she has a, well, difficult time dealing with unexpected stress. More often than not, she even makes bad situations worse before starting to fix them.
Spyro grew up to be a pretty good fighter. He's strong, tough, and makes good use of his horns, tail, and claws.
But not his wing.
But he got pretty good at using his head. You do not want to be on the other end of his charge attack.
Spyro unexpectedly breathed fire.
He's the chosen one, bitch! He's got a bunch of awesome dragon powers!
As a purple dragon, Spyro was not limited to just his fire breath. After finding and rescuing 4 great dragon guardians, they each became his teachers in the arts of elemental combat.
Ignitus taught Spyro how to control fire and focus it into huge blasts. Voltaire showed him how to use electric breath to stun enemies and toss them through the air. Cyril taught him to freeze foes solid and fire ice shards. And Parador showed him how to use earth breath to split rocks and roll up into a ball.
Spyro also honed his physical and chi combat with the martial art of Dragon Kata. Oh, and he finally learned how to fly. Speaking of which, Spyro learned how to briefly slow down time to improve his reactions.
Oh, damn! But all of this led to Spyro learning the ultimate element.
He calls it Ether. Ether is an extremely powerful element which binds the fates of the living and the dead. With Ether, Spyro pulls from the 4 elements to create energy which, according to Poland, has power comparable to that of an atom smasher. Photon beam containing 362 megajoules of energy.
Just imagine if that beam was the size of Spyro's super breath. No, wait, you don't need to. We've seen what it's like when he killed the Ape King.
Of course, Spyro's ether powers have other uses as well, such as curing his fellow dragon Cinder of Malfor's corruption.
Is he shooting ghosts at her?
But ether is dependent on a balance between light and dark. Should a purple dragon fall prey to their own anger and hatred, they risk being consumed by dark ether, or nether, transforming into a blackened, rage-filled form.
Spyro's a really nice guy, but as Dark Spyro, he lets loose. He's stronger, faster, and way more violent.
Unfortunately, when Spyro's consumed by dark ether, he cannot return to his old self on his own. With all these powers at his claw tips, Spyro is a force to be reckoned with. He's pretty quick, outracing biplanes that can fly over 159 miles per hour.
He's pushed a gold statue about twice his size, and he's pretty tough, claiming his scales are impenetrable.
So I'm electricity-proof too? I knew my scales were impenetrable, but now this?
A bold claim, but let's look at the facts. Spyro once took a punch from this massive magma golem, which then lost its arm and replaced it with a cathedral tower. This cathedral is very similar in size to St. Stephen's Basilica, a Roman Catholic church in Budapest, Hungary. By taking the height, length, and depth of the basilica and adjusting for empty space, we can estimate the arm's mass to weigh over 400,000 tons. Assuming a low-end punching speed of 15 miles per hour, that of the average humans, the golem must have hit with at least 1.9 million tons of force.
And after getting all these powers, saving the dragons, and defeating the Dark Master himself, Spyro tapped into ether one last time to literally pull the exploding planet back together.